Very happy and a very warm welcome to my channel. This morning, we discuss stop whining and playing the victim game of Meghan Markle. Is anyone else growing tired of Meghan Markle making excuses and crying about how she has been treated? Seriously, girl, you are a member of the royal family for 5 minutes. During your brief and disappointing stint, you managed to snare yourself a $42 million wedding and a $1.2 million budget for designer clothes. How many episodes of Suits would have taken you for you to come close to affording that kind of spending on your own? You should be thanking Daddy-in-law for financing your obscene indulgence. Instead, all we're getting is complaining. Look, I've never been the biggest fan of Meghan Markle, and I don't apologize for it. One thing, I never pegged her for as a whiner, which is how this new book by Omid Scobie and Carolyn Duran portrays her. According to the cheerleading exercises, hilariously known as Finding Freedom, Meghan believes she's gotten a tough time from the media because she's a woman and she has a black mum. Quick, someone pass me the tissues. I'm just about all cried out. As Scobie's book goes into hyperdrive PR-wise, he tries to explain away the general dislike for Meghan Markle as anything other than the truth. She's just not a nice person by most accounts. The book, which is currently being serialized, claims it was open season on Meghan, with many looking for anything and everything to criticize Duchess different. That's what people have a problem with. She's the easiest person in the world to work with. Certain people just don't like the fact she stands out. Poor Meghan. She's just trying to do her best and yet is always criticized by the nasty media. Someone break out the violins. The only problem with the viewpoint peddled by Scobie and Duran is that almost every other account from people who've had the misfortune of working with Meghan Markle flies in the face of those claims. She is not seen as someone easy to work with. We've been told numerous times that Meghan Markle is an international star, a feminist icon who transcends royalty. Then act like it, and stop making excuses. As the Mirror quoted from the upcoming book, Meghan felt as though some of the commentary and tabloid stories were more than a culture class. They were sexist and prejudiced. If a man got up before dawn to work, he was applauded for his work ethic. If a woman did it, she was deemed difficult or a bitch. The double standard was exasperated when it came to successful women of color, often labeling demanding or aggressive. Oh no, you were applauded for your work ethic. No one has ever claimed Meghan doesn't do whatever it takes to get ahead. If you have a reputation for being difficult and unreasonable, it isn't because you're a female or a woman of color. If you're regarded as a bit of a bitch, it'll be because you are. Let's not pretend that men get it any easier. Sir Alan Sugar has a work ethic admired by many, but he's also recognized as difficult and a nasty individual. Embrace who you are, Meghan's faults and all. Please, stop looking for convenient excuses as to why the media doesn't love you. Why do you even care? After all, aren't you living your best life? Meanwhile, Prince Harry, as I said in the previous video, finding freedom is a disaster with him. Harry appears to be out of his element here in Los Angeles and completely dependent on Meghan, and apparently he can't find his way anywhere without her. I've only seen him on videos that I know Meghan is directing because he never bashed his own country before he married her. Now, suddenly, he's jumped on Meghan's bandwagon, fighting racism and touting the Black Lives Matter. Is he happy? If he is, he must be saving all of his giggles for Meghan because I don't see any pictures or videos of him smiling with little Archie. In fact, I have not seen any pictures of him with Archie at all. I can't be because of the privacy he said he wanted for his son. Because Meghan just put out a video of her reading a book to Archie on his birthday, so why have they not put out pictures with Happy Harry and little Archie? They also have drones constantly flying over them so they can't take Archie to the pool, and there's a hiking trail right along their back fence. So they've had to put up panels to cover their backyard, but they seem to have run out of panels since their backyard is still exposed to hikers. I guess no one thought of the check out the privacy factor. The pandemic is enough to stress any normal parent, but Harry said he was stepping back from the royal family to protect his new family. But things have not gone exactly to plan since they moved to the paparazzi capital of the world. Harry is not smiling because I think he realizes what a colossal mistake he has made leaving the royal family. I do believe he thought everything would go the way that he and Meghan wanted or expected them to go, half in, half out of their duties, half in the UK and half in North America. Neither one believed they would be kicked to the curb. Well, the Queen said no, and they are not used to hearing the word no. I think Harry believed his marriage would be like his brother's and his wife would be like Catherine. He saw and was part of the happiness his bro and Kate had, and he wanted it for himself. He knows now he hasn't achieved that level of happiness, and he wonders why. He hasn't figured it out yet. But given the time, he will. Harry puts on a big smile when he knows the camera is on him. Meghan has taught him well. But it's the pictures that catch him unaware. Those are the pictures that tell the real story behind the smile. Sadness, disappointment, hurt, head hanging down, frowns. The portrait of a man who, by his own doing, has lost or shelved everything he has ever known. Sad, yes, but he alone has the remedy for his sadness. He just needs to realize what needs to be done. Now, he has to put up with Meghan's latest bit to go public. Like she promised Harry, she wouldn't instead. He's making videos with her to jump on the Black Lives Matter bandwagon instead of them thinking about how they're going to pay for their security. They say they're paying for it. Papa Charles says he's paying for it, so who really knows? And pay back for the $3 million renovations on their house, Frogmore Cottage, gifted to them by the Queen. Yes, dearest Granny. As an expert said, I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I don't need to go very far to say that Harry's first year of being a dad has had him a bit too busy to spend much time with his son. He had to pick up and pack up to Canada, then fly back to England to thumb his nose at his grandmother, his queen, and quit the royal family, then fly all the way back to Canada again. Then he, this time with Meghan, had to fly back to England again. Then fly back to Canada, then barely escape the border closure in Canada and finally into California in the dead of night to Los Angeles. Talk about stressful. It's like the last scene in the movie, The Sound of Music, where the Von Trapp family had to escape at night and climb the freezing mountains. But, alas, Tyler Perry came to the rescue, sending them his private jet so they could escape to Los Angeles in fuzzy warm comfort. They're not paying rent, so they must have some money, hopefully enough for lobster, but they may have to go bed hungry without dessert. But Harry's money is tied up in his trust. I believe he gets it when he turns the big 40. So someone forget to tell Harry that he doesn't have the money to live the life he's used to. So, while they're busy putting themselves out in the public eye, taking their photo ops to clean up their selfish image and deliver a bag of groceries to someone in Beverly Hills, there are no poor people in Beverly Hills, as per the instructions of their PR firm. Who is trying to pull them out of the muddy hole that their irresponsible, bad choices have thrown themselves into, and which Harry said he didn't want for his family, but Meghan stomped her feet and said, oh yes, they will. Who's taking care of baby Archie? Why, Grandma Doria, of course. She's moved in. So, it's pretty safe to say that Dada Harry has not had much free time to actually be there for his son, i.e. his first words, his first steps, and all the developmental milestones that a baby becoming a toddler makes. It takes time and attention. Those steps happen quickly, and if you blink, you can miss them. But Harry is, at least, living the full-on luxury lifestyle of LA as they mooch for the second time off another person who's come to their aid because no matter how many times he says, just call me Harry, he's still Prince Harry. Yes, it's been a hard knock life for Harry, so far, living in the lap of luxury in Los Angeles, and he's clearly very stressed out doing Meghan's bidding, since he couldn't fly home and get away from her, even if he wanted to, unless they made an exception for him if his visa was up and forced him to fly home on a private jet again, but this time it's not his fault. He was forced to fly on a private jet. Will he swallow the bitter pill of defeat and go back to the royal family, or will he muddle through the rest of his life unhappy? Only time will tell. As of now, the door is open. He needs to walk through it and go home. And America is not going to send a prince home on a commercial flight where he can get the COVID virus. And if he did go home, he had to self-quarantine. So sorry, baby Archie, it's just been all too much for Daddy Harry. And you, what do you think about them? Please let me know in the comment section below and we'll discuss them together. Remember to like and share my video for anyone who needs it. And don't forget to subscribe to the Sussex Daily News channel to not miss any new video news from Meghan and Harry. Now, thank you for watching. Goodbye and see you in the next videos. Bye.